Hi, I'm Leah and welcome to my channel. Here I share all about oily skincare and relaxed hair care. I have both, so I want to share things that I learned that work for me, that don't work for me, in the hopes that it can help you on your relaxed hair journey and your oily skincare journey. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you beauty products, skin care, and makeup that I discovered and started to really use a lot in 2021. So this is kind of like a 2021 recap of skincare and makeup. Now I did write a couple of blog posts, one for skincare, one for makeup, just to kind of recap products that I use, products that I liked, and all the things. It's a little more detailed than what I'm going to give you in the video, so I'll link both of those down below and you can give those a read. Before I get into the products, I want to go ahead and give you an opportunity to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Now, if you want to know when I upload new videos, then you will want to subscribe and hit the bell button so that you get notifications from YouTube. And go ahead, even though you've seen just a few minutes of this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, give it a like, because, I'll appreciate it. I'm going to start with skincare because there were a few products that I started using in 2021. Some of them I know I'm not going to continue keeping in my skincare regimen, even though I think they work well. They're kind of expensive because they're products that I was gifted, and I'm not spending like $30, $40, $50 on skincare products. I don't need to. So the products that I'm going to talk about are just two, and they're actually budget-friendly, kind of drugstore type products. Okay, so the first product I'm talking about is the Cetaphil Daily Facial Cleanser. Now this cleanser, I discovered it, I think, when I was traveling a couple years ago. I needed to get a travel size facial cleanser, and Cetaphil was what was in the budget and I could find in the store. So I got it and I tried it and I liked it. And now it's become a part of my skincare regimen. Now I just use it in the morning because it does a good job of taking dirt and oil off of my face, but I feel like I need a cream cleanser to really get down deep and get out what I needed to get all the makeup off my face, so I go to bed with a clean slate. But I like this in the morning because it's gentle. It makes my face feel clean in the morning, but it doesn't make it feel stripped and dry. The other skincare product I have here is from The Ordinary, and this is the Hyaluronic Acid, and I started using this because I was using the niacinamide, and I liked it, and I decided why not try the Hyaluronic Acid. Now, I've been trying to add more hydration to my skincare routine this past year. Even though I have oily skin, I realized that all of the products I was using were matte and drying out my skin. So I'm trying to use things now that are less drying, because as I was drying out my skin, thinking that it was going to take care of the oily factor that my skin has, it was doing the opposite. It was dehydrating my skin and making my skin produce more oil, so I was more oily. So I realized I need to make sure my skin is hydrated and it feels nice and moisturized, so then it has no need to produce excess oil, and I find that I'm less oily throughout the day. I don't have to blot as much, and the hyaluronic acid helps. I typically use it at night, but in the winter time I've started adding it to my daytime routine, and it's been great. It's been really helpful. So those are the two skincare products that I would say are the newest pieces of my skincare regimen this year. And particularly the ones that are here to stay. There are a couple that I'm using just to use up, but they're not staying, as I mentioned before. So now we're going to move on to makeup, and I've got a few products here. First, we're going to talk about the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. Now this came out, I don't know, was it a year or two? It was a big deal. A lot of people use it. I think it might have been a viral product. I don't know. I was like, come on, it's e.l.f. e.l.f. is cheap makeup. I don't wear no e.l.f. products. I've used e.l.f. makeup brushes and they weren't so great. They broke after like a couple of months. But e.l.f. has really upped their game lately. Like their makeup products are really great. Their makeup brushes even better, because I have now an e.l.f. makeup brush that I have had for a while and it is still going strong. It is not broken. It is still works well. It's one of my favorite eyeshadow brushes. So I decided I'll go ahead. I'll try the Putty. Okay, let's just say I really like it. Now, it is pure white in there. It is straight up white, but it doesn't go on your face white. It goes on clear. A little bit goes a long way. It feels, it's got almost like a texture, but it goes on nice and smooth, and you've got to let it sit for about, I think it's like 60 seconds, and then put your makeup on. And I typically let my primer sit, so I haven't tried it where I've just slapped it on and then slapped on makeup, because no matter what primer I'm using, I try to let it sit a little bit. But this is good. I don't feel like I shine up as much as I would have thought with a primer that's as budget friendly as this, because I've typically used more expensive primers. But this works just as well as some of those $20, $30 primers that I've been using, and actually I think works even better than some of them. So this is definitely here to stay, and this is probably a product that I'm going to continue using because it's budget friendly, and I can buy like 3 of these for the price of like one of the other primers I was using. Another makeup product I discovered in 2021 that I'm going to continue using is a blush. Now, I've used blush in the past, and I've always had a hard time figuring out what blush worked for my skin tone. I just could not figure it out, and then when I did figure it out, I found a blush, and then they discontinued the shade. But I found another one that I was kind of skeptical about. So it's from Milani. It is the Cheek Kiss. Now this is a cream blush. Now, having oily skin, like, why would I use a cream blush? Shouldn't I be using powder? I thought this was powder. I didn't even look to see it was cream blush. I just liked the shade. I was like, the shade is going to work for me, so let's buy it. I bought it at Ulta, and I got it home, and it wasn't until like actually opened it to try it and I realized it's cream. So how is this going to work? I decided, let's go ahead, let's give it a try, let's see how it works. And I was kind of also skeptical because it's a really bright pink when I actually put it on. It seems a little brighter than it does in the actual compact. But I put it on, and I was like, how do I even make this work? And I figured it out, and I love it. I'm actually wearing it today, and it gives my cheeks a nice, slight rosy glow, and it's really subtle, which I like, because I don't want to look like I've got blush on, but I want people to think like, oh, she must have blush on, or does she? Like, that's what I want to go for. And I can build up the color as well. So this is definitely a keeper, and I don't feel like I look or feel any more oily on my cheeks when I use this cream blush. Okay, so the last makeup products that I tried in 2021 that are going to stay in my makeup bag, I'm going to continue using, are from Juvia's Place. Now, I bought 4 eyeshadow palettes from Juvia's Place. I'd been wanting to buy eyeshadow from them. I'd seen all of the Instagrams and the videos about it, and I'd been looking at the shades, and I'd passed up on a few sales that they had. I was like, no, I don't need any more eyeshadow. But I couldn't resist, and I can't remember, what was it, beginning of this year? Well, no. I can't remember when it was. Was it the beginning of last year or the end of the year before? I don't remember when it was, but I bought 4 palettes. Anyway, I can't remember when I bought them, but I was using them a lot last year, and I bought 4 palettes. 2 of them, I don't like the shades. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought them. One, I will tell you, the shades looked a lot darker online and in all the Instagram posts the Juvia's Place had about them than it actually does in person. So that's one of the reasons I don't like it. The other one, I was like, I don't even like half of these shades, and I should have known I wouldn't like half of these shades. So those 2 don't get a lot of love, but these 2 do. And these were the ones I really, really wanted. And it's the berries and the chocolates. Okay, so I love both of them. I haven't used the berries a whole lot yet because I've actually got a couple of eyeshadow palettes that have some pinks and purples in them that I need to finish up. So I've dipped into this a little bit, but not a whole lot. And I've dipped into the chocolates, as you can see, quite a bit. Like, I love this shade here. I love this shade here. This one is like a reddish, and I use this as like my base color a lot. And this is a sparkly kind of brown or chocolate. And then this one, it actually looks kind of light, but I like to use it also as a transition color when I'm going for a lighter look. And these palettes, they blend well together, like you can mix and match them. I will sometimes use shades from the palettes I don't like in conjunction with these because they work well together. And they also work well with my Wet n Wild palettes, which I have, which are the pink and purple palettes I was mentioning. And so you've got mattes and shimmers in these palettes. You've got lighter shades and darker shades. And I have to say the pigment is great. Like there's a lot of pigment in these palettes. And you can build up the pigment as well if you'd like to, and they blend really well. And I also feel like they stay throughout the day. Now, I will say I do have some things that I do for my makeup to kind of help make sure my makeup stays on throughout the day, so maybe that's part of it. I don't really know how well they stay without doing those things, and I'll just give you a little bit of what I do, which is I put foundation all over my face, including my eyelids. I then do some concealer on my eyelids, and then I do my eyeshadow, and I pat my eyeshadow on and then blend it in. And then to finish up all of my makeup, I do a setting spray. So I think that could be helping it a bit, but it might not. I don't know. So I have to say these are some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, and once I get through these, I'm repurchasing. All right, so that's not all the makeup or all the skincare products that I have, but those are the ones that I really kind of like discovered in 2021 and really started using and integrating into my makeup and my skincare routines. So what makeup and skincare products did you discover in 2021? And what makeup or skincare products did you find in 2021, but you realized were not working for you, and so you had to ditch them and leave them behind last year? Go ahead and share all that in the comments down below. I love to hear all about your skincare, makeup routines. It's so much fun to see all of that in the comments. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share this on any and all of your social channels or with someone you think would find it interesting. Oh yes, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and make sure you turn on that notification button so you know when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.